So this is Stephen Vig, and I'm talking about Dan Alton, and he has a very unconventional golf swing. Would it work for you? So Dan Alton is a golf instructor in Raleigh, North Carolina. And here's Dan's bio. It says he has professional teaching experience 18 years. He's worked as a head professional, director of instruction. He's played some regional professional golf tours. And now you can take lessons from him at Metrics Indoor Golf in Raleigh, North Carolina. Dan has videos on YouTube and Instagram. But he teaches a golf swing that is very different than the conventional golf swing. Let's take a look at it. In general, Dan's swing is more in the frontal plane and less in the horizontal or rotational plane. So conventional hands are deeper and lower at the top. Dan's hands are more out in front of the chest at the top. Conventional left wrist at the top is often flat or slightly extended or flexed. And I found that Dan's swing worked best for me when I had more extension of the left wrist at the top. And I hit some pretty good 6-irons and some hybrids when I was trying out this new swing. Conventional downswing often has a goal of increasing lag in the downswing. However, Dan's swing from the top begins with actually a casting motion of the wrists to create early speed in the club head. So you take your backswing, you kind of leave your hands up high for a moment, and then you start to cast, and then the arms drop down in the downswing. Of course, with a conventional downswing, it's more of a clockwise rotation of the arms. Again, this is for a right-handed golfer, with a shallowing of the shaft. The right elbow often moves in front of the abdomen. The handle is pulled toward the target, and Dan does not like the handle being pulled toward the target. Dan's downswing begins exactly the opposite way. He has a casting of the club from the top and a counterclockwise rotation of the arms, which gives you kind of a steepening of the shaft in the downswing. The left elbow, instead of moving inward toward your abdomen, moves down toward the right hip, and the right elbow will be pointing more behind the golfer and away from the body. So this is a very unusual movement. Dan's downswing is very different from the conventional downswing. Conventional swing right after impact might have a flat or slightly extended left wrist. Dan's swing right after impact has a feeling of extension of the left wrist with the back of the left wrist pointing upward. The right wrist will be flexed and the right palm will be pointing upward. So this is what Dan's swing will feel like as you approach impact. Really a strange looking picture, but again, that's mainly his feel. And this is what Dan's swing would actually look like when you took a photo of it near impact. So you can see that he in fact does have some slight shaft lean at impact. The conventional swing is a bit more of a body swing, with more hip rotation to the finish. But Dan's swing, I think, is more of an arm swing in front of the body with limited hip rotation. The finish will be higher. The ball flight's a little bit lower and the club head speed is a little bit lower with the conventional golf swing approach. But the ball flight is higher and the club head speed higher with Dan's golf swing due to the early casting of the club head from the top, which adds speed to the club head. And I noticed when I hit some shots that there was actually a louder sound when I hit the ball using Dan's technique. So if you would like to try this unconventional swing, check out Dan Alton on YouTube, Instagram, his website, danaltongolf.com, or you could actually go to Metrics Indoor Golf in Raleigh, North Carolina, and take either an in-person lesson or a internet lesson. Thanks for watching. This is Stephen Vig in San Antonio, Texas.